Hello again. This is really big. And we're back, playing Stalker Gamma. When we last left off, we had just accidentally entered the factory area here in Yantar. Now that wasn't a very wise decision, as it led to our immediate death, followed by a bug causing our entire HUD to disappear, and our weapons and everything to be invisible. Now, the only solution I found to this was actually just restarting the game. Though after a quick restart and a bit of proper decision making, we've gone through the right entrance this time, and now we've arrived in Yantar to continue our journey. Now then, let's hope we make some smart decisions here. We don't have much ammo for any of these weapons currently, so we're not really going to be able to use them for a minute. We did manage to pick up a decent amount of Hydra-Shock and FMJ ammo for our pistol. We're going to go ahead and make sure we're loaded up with Hydra-Shock now, since we're most likely going to be dealing with mutants. Speaking of, thought I heard something moving in the bushes. Always a little concerning. Now this is a fire anomaly that I don't really want to get into because it will destroy my weapon, well, my armor, melting it pretty quickly. And we don't exactly have very good repair equipment, having only one emergency repair kit. Alright, nothing there, so we're going to keep moving. This is normally a stash, but you can't loot stashes properly in Gamma. The only way to loot a stash is to acquire I was just killed by a pulse. Oh no. Alrighty. And we are back. Now, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by those boars. The only way to acquire stash locations and actually get loot out of them in Stalker Gamma is to complete tasks, which is one of the main reasons why we want to get as many jobs done as possible right now. Now then, let's be a little more liberal with our shooting. Alrighty. Go ahead and quickly collect as many resources as we can here. We're very close to being encumbered, so we don't exactly have the best stamina right now. Carrying all these guns is quite heavy. Well. Aha! So this is what we were talking about earlier, where we talked about artifacts that are not inside of anomalies. There's an anomaly field right over there, but normally you'd expect to find the artifact actually inside of it. Now, we don't exactly have great resistance for anomalies currently, so we're going to keep avoiding the major ones that are chemical, fire, etc. I think gravity is about the only thing we could deal with our current equipment. Alright, now go ahead and drop a quick save here and continue to observe our equipment here. We managed to acquire a claw. This is actually quite useful, because now, with a good melee weapon, we can actually do some serious damage and acquire some nice, valuable meat. Alrighty. We've made it here to the
Приветствую на нашей научной базе.
And we can inquire about the brain scorcher and a psi protection helmet. Now, it's going to be pretty expensive at 30k rubles for us to get a full psi helmet protection, and we'll have to wait for it to be calibrated, but we're going to need to do that if we want to be able to progress through Gamma. If we don't, we won't even be able to get past the Red Forest due to the way the Gamma changes progression. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to run around this base talking to everyone we can, inquiring about what jobs they have, and if there's any nice, easy ones. Also want to talk to Spirit here and get a little note about the alcohol that he wants.
Ну, привет, слушаю тебя.
Nope, nope, nope. Nothing so far. No. It's not the most entertaining thing, but it's definitely the most prudent thing we can do right now. Now, here is an important character that was added by Gamma.
Привет, брат.
This is Professor Markov. You can actually get a task to help him out with some anomalies.
No,
Now,
я
I wouldn't
слушаю.
recommend getting the one from him to start with. Instead, what I would recommend is heading all the way down to the Great Swamps to begin there, as that's the earliest one and probably the easiest one to start with. And it's got some pretty good rewards.
Ну, что рассказывать?
There's another guy right here. Don't know what he's doing all the way over here. Normally he resides in a slightly different area here in Yantar. There's another one of those scientists over here. But we're going to keep heading down towards the Great Swamp to continue with our job. And here we are. Now we are in Agriprom. Now this area is chock full of military and other unsavory individuals. So we're going to try our best to avoid those. Ooh, boy. We got a whole bunch of lurkers and boars and whatnot down there. Seems some of the boars have noticed us. We're going to actually avoid that for a second to save on some ammunition. We are going to keep our detector out as we run again to see if we can't locate any more stray anomalies and artifacts. We're in through a bit of a radiation pocket there, but nothing serious. On everything we have here. Nothing popped up that's important. Now this is the main military base right now for this area, so we're going to need to take a path around this or risk getting spotted and shot down by military. reload with FMJ in case we run into any patrols. Though I don't think we'll have a very good time. Start by making a save up here on top of this hill.
Damn, I need a drink.
I can complain about needing a drink all I want, but I'm not drinking until I need to. Alright. There's actually an anomaly field right over here that is mostly a gravity anomaly. So we can actually take a look here real quick to see if there's anything we can collect. So far it's not looking like there's anything worth finding. Yep. Does not appear to be anything worthwhile. So we're gonna go ahead and head over here to the entrance to the Great Swarms. Now, one thing to note before we continue is that you'll notice I had gained a level in Strength. So there's this new character skills menu, which you can actually gain from doing different tasks that will increase your stats, making the game just a little easier for once you get going and rewarding you for engaging.
I need a drink.
And now that we're here in the swamp, we're going to finally be able to get those jobs we started done. Well, let's see. The guy we need to kill is actually over at a location we need to go to, which is handy. The good news is the Great Swamps are primarily the territory of Clear Sky, who is neutral to the Mercenaries. So we can actually stop at the base here in the swamps to pick up some more jobs. Alright, we're going to reload with Hydra Shock again, in case we run into any mutants while we run. During this time, I want to ask, do you prefer the long-form content where I take you with me as I run across the map, or would you prefer if I just cut to the destination most of the time as long as nothing's happening? Well then. It's honestly a shame that they got sucked up and destroyed like that, since I can't harvest them now. Flesh have really good resources on them. Hydra Shock is an extremely effective ammo for killing mutants. Works quite well for taking care of these kind. Well, you'll notice my contract just got updated, if you are paying attention to the bottom left corner, which means that somebody has taken my target out for me. That's another benefit of having the Clear Sky faction over here, is that they usually will take out renegades or military in the area. We're passing up here on another anomaly. Let's go ahead and take out our scanner and see if there's anything we can pick up here. Pseudo dogs are the worst. Well, that was a close call, but luckily we managed to get away with our life. And only a lot of damage. We're bleeding quite heavily right now. But we can go ahead and fix ourselves up by using medkit, bandage, and a bit of fentanyl to restore our limbs. go. Back good as new. Well, almost. A pack of 3 pseudo-dogs is not something that I wanted to run into right away. Especially since it appears that I'm still bleeding. But they did kill some targets for us, giving us the opportunity to collect some resources. We're going to go ahead and take that apart. This armor is actually better than our current one once fully repaired, so we're going to hold on to it for a second. We're going to take a look around and see if there's any more bodies in the area. Nothing obvious, sadly. We're going to make sure we drop a save before running straight into this anomaly field. And I'm not noticing anything here on the scanner, so we're going to just keep moving. I'm still fairly badly injured, but we're going to actually hold off on healing ourselves further to save on meds and resources. Make sure we have full stamina before we go sprinting in the middle of this. This anomaly has a quite large amount of radiation for our current self, and wouldn't do to die to it. Our suit's down to 94%, so we're going to go ahead and use our repair kit to repair it. Actually, we can hold off till it's at 91 since we have some additional repair materials, and help save our repair uses until we get more money. Nothing picking up on the scanner, so we're just going to ignore this for now. There's some gunfire going on here. Renegades.
I need a med kit.
See what we have here. Start taking apart some of these weapons. Check the armor on some of these. Actually going to disassemble the one with better parts in it, because that can actually help us fix the other one. Nothing particularly worthwhile. But plenty of bodies to loot is always nice. Now, you can only use or repair armor parts that are above 50% condition normally. But if it has this little hammer and sickle kind of icon, you can actually use these in crafting recipes. So we're going to hold on to them for now. We're going to go ahead and loot everything we can here. And we're going to compare some of these outfits to each other. I'm going to disassemble the majority of these, keeping an eye on our multi-tool so we don't destroy it. An FNX 45 Tactical. Now that's actually somewhat interesting. Integrated suppressor and integrated sight. This might be worth fixing, because it actually has better stats than our current gun, outside of the damage by a small amount. Actually, no. It's got similar stats to our current gun, but it has an integrated sight and suppressor. Also
Damn,
has a
I need a drink.
15-round mag. So this is the guy we were looking for. Assistant Kovalev. Go ahead and find him some shiny dirt. Located around the swamp. Now, we're going to go ahead and visit one of these anomalies. Or two of them on our way. But we're going to be a bit careful about our carry weight right now. Meaning we can't really run at all. A 357 Magnum Compact. 357 is an extremely good ammo for killing mutants, though it has a downside of being quite hard to acquire normally. The SD MP5 is an integrally suppressed MP5, so that's useful. And the SKS can use quite cheap and quite powerful ammo, and this one already has a PU scope mounted onto it. The Arm Self-Protectora is a shotgun that's somewhat mediocre due to its long reload time, so we're actually going to go and disassemble that. The AK-12 is a good gun, but we're going to disassemble it due to not having any functional parts for it. We're going to hold on to this SVU for now. Alright, we're doing a bit better on the carry weight situation, but only just. Now the good news is that this anomaly up ahead is an electro anomaly, and as long as we avoid touching any of the electricity, we shouldn't have any issues with navigating it. We don't exactly have any way to drop all of our stuff to make ourselves a bit easier to move right now. What we can do is use a quick release system. Head over this direction and get as close to the anomaly as we can. We did manage to pick up a suit of dog hide and a boar pelt. Nothing better than a suit of giant hide, though. Alright, just a free stalker over here hanging out. We're going to go ahead and use the quick release right now. Once we get up towards the anomaly field near this campfire. Go ahead and eat some food while we're waiting. I know they changed that. Oh, what the hell? What the? Oh! That was me being stupid. And forgetting that mercenaries and free stalkers are enemies. Alright, and we are back straight into the action. As we have been spotted by the loners over here. Try and get some nice little headshots on them. We're going to quickly make sure that we're not being taken too poorly. And luckily, we actually managed to kill them first try this time. Now that I'm not being stupid. Now, taking a look. The Sunrise Stalker suit is better than my current outfit, though it does have less ballistic resistance than the Renegade LC suits. We're going to hold off on using it. Now this is an upgraded weapon, but it's not exactly one I want to use currently. I'm gonna go ahead and just disassemble it. And these parts aren't really worth much, but we'll take them right now anyway. We got a couple of good parts out of that, but nothing really useful. And now that we're actually here with those free stalkers dead, we're gonna go ahead and drop a save and use the quick release system to quickly drop a bunch of junk so we can actually move quickly through this. I can actually see the artifact that we're after right there in the center. Seems like we're getting shot at again, though. I don't really see the guy who's shooting at us. He's somewhere way over there. We're gonna go ahead and just grab the thing we came for and run. That's... unequip my backpack, so we actually have to put that back on real quick. And we are good to go. Albeit slowly. Now the artifact we managed to get for this guy doesn't really do much. So it's not really worth keeping. But we're gonna hold on to it to give to him momentarily. Go ahead and disassemble some shoes to save us some carry weight. The spec cloth is a lot lighter than the shoes that we found. Seems we've got more hostiles on us again. We're just gonna hunker down behind these rocks while we regain our stamina. I'm not too concerned about these guys. These chumps can't do much to me. They're all terrible shots, that's for sure. Alright. And we're back to running. We're gonna go for a little jog here. We don't exactly have much in the way of stamina. Alright, nothing particularly great. There's one thing important to note about this armor versus the one that I'm currently wearing, and that is the lack of belt slots. Which may mean we're not actually going to use this armor, despite it being better overall. We're going to go ahead and disassemble that so we actually can move a bit better. And we'll find a better armor soon enough. Make sure we're safe here. Go ahead and drop a save before we jump into the middle of the anomaly. And luckily I know a safe path directly through the center of this anomaly. We've acquired our next sample. This one does absolutely nothing. Alright, we're still doing pretty well stat-wise. Nothing particularly special about any of the things we've got. Now, one of the nice things about finding something like an MP5 early on is that ammo for it is pretty common on people. I'm gonna go ahead and load this thing up with some of these AT rounds, and we can use it like a little sniper to deal with a couple of unsavory individuals, though it won't do much. It will at least give us a little more distance. Now, we do also have some ammo for the SKS, though we don't have much. Go ahead and load as many of those as we can. Only got 3, but that should be enough to take out 1 or 2 people in case we need it. I'm back to being overweight after picking up this rather heavy artifact. So let's see if there's something we can do to fix that. We can actually go ahead and drop some of these less than good barrels. Save us on some carry weight. We're back in the yellow, so we should be able to run for... I wasn't expecting a cat all of a sudden. Hold on. We'll need to keep your eyes peeled. Usually cats don't come in groups of 1. We're actually getting pretty close to the water pump station right now, which is usually a base occupied by Clear Sky, but there's no guarantee. Looks like that's currently the case. Alright. Luckily enough for us, we can keep moving here safely. So a little bit of advice. One of the great things about the swamp is mutants avoid water, which means if you can get yourself into a body of water, you can actually keep yourself relatively safe. It's not to say you can't get hit, especially by some of the longer reaching mutants, and some of the ones that leap will do some nasty things to you if you stay too close to the edge. That other flesh seems to have skedaddled a bit. Let's see. This isn't bad, but it's still got some things that are worse than the Supergiant hide. The weight carried bonus on the Supergiant hide is slightly higher, though it really only covers for the weight of itself and not even fully. Let's see if we can't. I was hoping to get the flesh's attention instead of having it constantly run away. Well, we're just gonna keep moving now. Wait for a stamina regen real quick. And then we'll be on our way. Go ahead. We're almost out of Hydroshock ammo, sadly. We only have 2 shots. So we're actually just going to keep a little bit of MJ so we have a full magazine. And we'll have to buy more Hydroshock soon. Alright. So once again, to make it a bit easier on all of us, go ahead and drop my bag. And venture into this anomaly. I can see the artifact we're supposed to collect here. Oh, this actually isn't. It's a perk artifact, a moss. Allows us to eat raw mutant meat for some special bonuses. artifact we're supposed to collect is somewhere over here. The only real question is, where exactly is it? Ah, I can see it. The distortion effect around it is a bit different from the gravity well.
Oh, man,
that's
I need a doctor.
great. We're gonna try and get back to our bag over there. We do keep our meds whenever we use a quick release, so we can go ahead and fix the bleeding at least. Though I'm not going to be fixing the rest of me, as we don't have the money for it. We managed to get the easy, though it weighs 2 kilograms, so it's making us overweight again.
I'm out.
We can actually take advantage of the moss we just acquired to eat some flesh meat. No. You'll notice eating raw meat basically completely fills your radiation, even with that artifact equipped, meaning that it is still a bad idea. Alright, we're back after that little fiasco, having recollected the artifacts and made the decision not to use this. Honestly, the benefits you get from this thing are pretty much entirely useless. Cool artifact, but considering the damage of eating raw meat, it is not worth it. 3,000 in MSV immediately. Severe radiation poisoning. So we're pretty badly injured, so we're actually going to take this opportunity to just follow this fence line all the way around into the Clear Sky base, so we can talk to their doctor and get ourselves fixed up.
Oh, fuck! They got me!
Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and just keep moving. I'm gonna go ahead and meet you guys there. Alright, we've arrived at the entrance to the Clear Sky base. It was a pretty short jog around the fence line until we got there. Though, I definitely wanted to save y'all the pain of having to stop every few seconds to regain stamina. As much as possible. Like this. The problem of having too much loot and not enough carry weight.
They got me.
The good news is, now that we're here, we can actually begin doing some work and setting ourselves up. We're going to begin by visiting the resident doctor. And getting ourselves back to full, so we stop complaining. Next we're going to ask him if he needs any help. And we don't have any burr hands, nor any of the other things he wants. So we're just going to keep moving. Next we're going to head ourselves over to the resident merchant, S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Go ahead and pick up the first Last Dawn mission, which is a special mission added by Gamma. We're also going to pick up a job to escort an ecologist. And we're going to sell some of this stuff that we managed to find. Now, there's not particularly a lot of things I want to sell to S.T.A.L.K.E.R. So we're actually going to hold off on that as much as possible for now. I do need a bit more money so I can afford to get a backpack, however. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and create a quick release stash and take a few of the more important items out. Alrighty, let's see what we can do. I think that's almost everything we're gonna want. Alright, that should do it. Now, we're going without a backpack, so we lost quite a bit of carry weight, but it's better than being constantly overweight until we can get one. Now, we talked to the scientist, and he wants us to go up here. Now, we're actually going to hold off on going up there, because we're going to stop the episode here for today by talking to Librarian and asking him for some additional work. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a job to clear the area of mutants. And we're going to talk to him about getting some food. Though we can't currently afford anything, we do have some things we want to get later. Go ahead and talk to him about a couple of things. And we'll leave it there. Alright, see you guys in the next one.